Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Well, I hope you're keeping well and enjoying some of that rain that we've got. So lovely to see you all. Um, yes, I'm sure some of you heard the incidences that happened to me on 2 consecutive days. Yeah, quite shocking actually, but I survived, thankfully. And it's funny, I was just thinking, as you know, I do all my thinking, ladies and gentlemen, in the middle of the night when I'm not sleeping. So I was just thinking about the food hygiene laws and restrictions that had come into place. Something had changed about them, oh, I don't know, maybe a few years back, and people in provision counters, delicatessens, had to use gloves and hairnets. And it seemed quite strange when it first started, and then people did use them, and then as time went on and you went into these shops to buy things, you noticed that in some places the gloves weren't there or the hairnets weren't on. And it's funny, being the mother of 2 terminally ill children who had immune deficient diseases, and a lot of people have autoimmune issues, even rheumatoid arthritis, things like that are all to do with the autoimmune system. It's very important that people are not left open to a lot of viruses and infections and things like that. And even, when you think of times when you would have went to buy an ice cream, and for example, the ice cream cone, and somebody would have just taken the ice cream cone in their hand, given you your ice cream, and you would have went away and happily eaten your ice cream, enjoying it, and the rest of your day. And I can fully understand that. However, because of my children, and my brother had the same condition, so from a very young girl, I was always aware of the importance of people coughing around you, sneezing around you, things like that. And it's difficult because we all cough and sneeze, and we all have colds and things like that, but I was always quite alert to things like that, and especially when I came home after my son had his bone marrow transplant, very aware of things like that. I remember going into a very, very popular chemist and watching the pharmacist count my son's tablets out with her fingers, drawing them along the counter and putting them in the bottle. And I remember standing at the counter and so wanting to say to her, excuse me, you doing that can cause my child to have a serious condition, a serious infection, something that could kill him, in reality. And having spent 13 weeks in a hospital where his immune system had been completely stamped down, so he had no resistance to infection. So it is very important. I know we're all more alerted to those things now, ladies and gentlemen, because of COVID-19 and all the rest of it. But, do be careful when you are out there. I know things have lessened, and enjoy what you need to enjoy and be with the people you love, and you know what I mean. But I would say to you, always take care, stay safe, and do maintain your distance if you can, until we get out as far as we can away from the centre of this, because it is still out there. It is a very dangerous virus, and nobody knows how they will get it. It's all right telling people, yes, it's fine, 85–90% of the population will get it and it will be all right, but you don't know how you will react to that infection. So do look out for yourself. And given the 2 incidents that happened to me, in different places, different people, just be careful, because human beings are strange, okay? So we're going to do a Pilates section for legs, okay, separate, and then I afterwards will do one for abs, okay? So you can do them both together or you can do them separate, okay? I'm not going to stick them together, and it just makes it easier then for people to go and get them, okay? So we're going to take a nice big deep breath in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to relax our shoulders, and spine nicely lengthened, knees are soft, big deep breath in. Remember, anything that's not comfortable for you, you don't have to do it. Rest down if you need to. Please don't continue your work just for the sake of it. If you're dealing with any particular aches or pains at the minute, you must listen to your own body first and foremost. One more time. Try and remember your breath. Inhale through the nose, so the toes are forward. We're just going to gently push the bum back, bring the ribs out and over the front of the thighs, tuck the chin in towards the chest and lengthen your arms all the way out. So again, you should feel the stretch up the back of your calf muscle. Take a nice in-breath, pull back through the abdominals and slowly stack that spine one vertebra at a time. Shoulders away from the neck. Breathe in. Exhaling on the effort, ladies and gentlemen, chin tucked in towards the chest. Now, if you haven't been doing a lot of strenuous work, your calf muscles, your hamstrings may be a little bit tight. Pull up on the abdominals, slowly bring the spine back up one vertebra at a time, shoulders in the back, and inhale. Exhale forward, chin tucked in towards your chest. Now, feel the weight in the heels of your feet, a little bit in the balls of your feet as if you're aware of all of your feet on the floor. Inhale, lift. Breathe out. Just nice normal inhalation, exhalation, and slowly roll up. We're going to walk the feet out. Take a nice in-breath, and we lift the right heel up and left heel. And we're keeping our body weight in the center. Remember that your abdominal lift comes from the front of your pubic bone internally, so you're not trying to disappear your stomach. God help me knows I couldn't do that. So a gentle lift. So you're, as if you're pulling up within this space of your tummy. Now, remember, you don't have to, every time you lift your heel, you don't have to be doing that, okay? In my opinion. But if you exhale, you can almost feel that happen naturally. Now, both heels up, toes down tight into the floor, breathe in. So we're leg work and balance. Exhale. Think of your center line, your head tied to the ceiling. Breathe in, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Try not to force out through your ankles. Push through the ball of your feet, the tips of your toes. Again, if you have any issues with your toes, and I know some of you do, then make the good foot work strongly if you can, and with the other foot, just to what you can manage with it. Exhale, lift. Breathe in, 4 to go. Lift, and you'll just feel that up the lower part of your calf muscle and a little bit out towards the edges of it. Last 2. Last 1. Now into plie. So we're going to drop our bum down the center. We're going to try and keep our knees in line with the ankles. Exhale. Now, big issue with plie, excuse me ladies and gentlemen, is don't push your bum back. Okay, for me, a squat has the toes forward and the bum back. Plie has the head to the ceiling, dropping the body weight straight down between the gap and the heels. Exhale. Shoulders relax, ribs down. Breathe out, breathe in. Exhale, and you should feel that in your adductors, maybe in your glutes and your outer thighs. Breathe in, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Out through the mouth, in through the nose. And that way it always keeps it in your head. At least you know whether you've exhaled and inhaled. Always important when you do any kind of physical exertion or exercise is to keep your breathing pattern going. Your blood needs oxygen. Your muscles need oxygen. Exhale. Breathe in. 4 to go. And 3. Breathe out. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down. So as you come down, a sense of opening the thighs rather than just dropping yourself down, because if you do that, you'll push your knees forward and your hips will come forward also. Now we're going to hold here. We're going to do 10, 9. So you just feel at the top of your thighs, maybe a little bit in here if you're a little bit tight. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. Breathing in, breathing out, just normally. 2, 1. Now we're going to drop down and rotate. Center, rotate. Now, you don't rotate, ladies and gentlemen, and leave your foot stuck on the floor. When you rotate to the right, the left heel comes up, knee below the hip line, and rotate back. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. Head tall, shoulders relaxed. And 6. And 5. And 4. You might want to come off your mat if it's a stuck to the floor mat. 2 to go. And 1. And right. And left. And drop down the centre. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Knees above the ankles. Body weight. Back in the middle. 4, 3. Hold 2, hold 1. Now just hold this little static contraction for 10, 9, keep breathing, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and walk your heels in, good work. Shake the legs out. Now, nice in breath, drop the shoulders. Remember to keep your ribs connected to your hips, which just means anytime your ribs flare forward, your lower back is hyperextending, and you don't want that. So just keep that sense of connection between these two areas. Point the toe and breathe out. Now, you want a sense of a lengthened leg, and you can feel a range of movement through the top of your hips. So breathe in, breathe out. Exhale. And breathe in as you start to complete your circle. So think of it. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you want to try and do that without this kind of thing here. Okay? So soft support knee. Feet hip distance. And as you push your toe forward to me, feel the lengthening down that leg, especially as it goes behind you and slightly around. So what you don't want to do is this. Okay? Keep the length in the rotation. And you can just feel those glutes in the top of your thighs tighten, contracting. Exhale. 4 to go. Breathe in. 3. And 2. And 1. Now we're going to go back in the opposite direction. So feet are hip distance. Hips, not hips. Lengthen. Think of the core. Shoulders down. Push back a little bit. And round. Now remember, when you push back with the leg a little bit, you don't want it where these ribs are lifting upwards like this. Otherwise you're going into your lower back. You don't want to do that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now balance is an issue here also. And we don't give up because our balance is a bit dodgy when we first do the first 1 or 2. You can always get a chair. No crime in that. Doesn't mean anything other than the fact that you're using a chair to give yourself a little bit of help. So breathe in. Stand tall. Exhale. Remember, your power comes from this area of your body here, your core. Transverse abdominis, tummy. So you have to think about that. Big out breath, that'll help to engage the core, stabilize the body. And 4. And 3. And 2. Soft knee. Can you see how you want to lock out your standing leg? No. And 1. Good work. Left, right toe forward. Nice breath in, shoulders down. Feet hip distance. Exhale. Now it's very easy to focus here and then you lose your focus here and just draw it back. Long, strong leg. Breathe out, point it to me. Roll it to the side. Lift and hold through the core as you take it just to the back of your hip. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just normal breath. Exhale. And 6. And 5. And 4. soft support knee. Don't bring your feet together. Hip distance. 2 to go. Last one. Lovely. Well done. Nice in-breath. All the way back. Exhale. Out to the side. Breathe out. Remember to keep the space between your feet. Breathe in. Exhale. And as your breath starts to empty, then breathe in again. The most important thing is that you always continue to breathe, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to stand as tall as possible. 5 to go. Exhale. And 4. That wasn't a very good one, was it? But then I'm just like you. 2 to go. Exhale. Last one. Lovely. Toes are forward. Just walk through your feet a little bit. Shoulders down and into a narrow squat. Nice exhalation. Breathe in. Bum goes straight back. Breathe out. Float those arms forward to me. Shoulders in the back. Chin towards the chest a little bit. Bum goes right back. Exhale. Breathe in. Keep the body weight in the heels of your feet, but make sure you don't fall backwards. Exhale. Breathe in. 8 to go. And 7. And 6. And 5. Breathe out. Breathe in. 3 to go. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last 2. Last one. We're going to bring those feet a little bit closer together. Shoulders relaxed. Nice breath in. Breathe out. Now push the bum back. See how as the legs come closer, the tendency is to push the knees forward. Push the bum back. Float the arms to me, just in front of the deltoid muscle or the front of your shoulder pad. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8 to go. And 7. And 6. 5 to go. 4 to go. 3. And 2. You're going to hold this one and pulse. Now remember, your pulse doesn't want to be you banging your knees forward and back. Just slide your bum up and down the back wall. Very subtle little movement. Shoulders relaxed, breathing. Not leaning on your legs to the point where you're changing your postural alignment up the top. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more, and release. Lovely. Nice wide squat. I think the first day TK Maxx was opening, I was coming up the main street. Now right back with the bum, shoulders relaxed, and chest always a little bit higher than your hip line. You don't want your chest flat like that. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the shoulders away from the neck. You don't want to feel as if you're rounding your back. Breathe out. Exhale, and I could see this big queue up the right hand side of Main Street as I walked up from the sea front. And I thought, I could only think it was TK Maxx. So for all of you that love clothes shopping, which I detest, I thought I couldn't think of anything worse than standing in that big long queue, ladies and gentlemen, waiting to get into that shop. There's ladies and gentlemen in the queue also. No. So if you did go shopping and that nice glow or excitement you get, I hope you enjoyed it after all this time. 6 to go. Exhale. 5, 4. Little squeeze at the bottom of your movement. 4. Exhale. 3. Weights in the heels of the feet. Remember, once you bring your weight forward into your toes, you know your knees are moving forward. And then that will put pressure on your knee joints. 2. Last one. Hold. My pulse. Small. 10, 9, 8, 7. Shoulders relaxed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lovely. Take yourself down to the floor, ladies and gentlemen. Nice breath in. Now, knees are below the hips, hands below the shoulders, elbows slightly soft, neck in line with the spine, okay? Nice extension on the right leg. Now, when you extend your right leg, remember, don't go over onto your left-hand side. Pillow or towel underneath any knees that are dodgy. Try not to lean into your hands. Remember, your hands are not the part of your body that allow you to do your leg work. They help support you. They don't do your work. So you should be thinking about your center and being tied through it to the ceiling. Now, nice deep breath. I'm going to point the toe, knee in line, drop it, push. 10, lift, 9, lift. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, with me, ladies and gentlemen, remember, don't shove that knee away up there like that, because it sometimes forces you to push your hips up to the ceiling. You open up your rib cage and your lower back is doing a little bit too much of that stressful work on that movement. So 6, down, 5, down, 4, keep breathing, 3, shoulders relaxed, elbows soft, 2, 1, now bring it in, take it to the side, 8, 7, breathe out. If you have issues with your lower back and it feels a little bit uncomfortable, remember you can continue to push the knee back. 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, we'll do 4 more, 4, 3, 2, keep your foot in line with the shin and the knee, knee in line with the hip. Last one, hold, pulse, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, breathing, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good work. Just push back a little bit and forward. Push back. Tuck your bum out. 3 to go, tuck it out. 2 to go, tuck it out. Last one. Lovely. Forward on all fours. Leg extension, left leg. Check that the knee is below the hip and you're not leaning it under your pubic bone. Toe to the ceiling. Now, drop it, push. Soft elbows, exhale. So the challenge is not so much always the moving of the leg back and forward. It's maintaining all these other bits. Continue if you can. Rest if you need to. It's about keeping your elbows soft. It's about keeping your posture as clean as you can. About continuing to breathe. Exhale. You'll find that as you push that leg back and down, you tend to start to sit back towards the other foot. So the body's looking for somewhere else to help with that movement. 4 to go. 3. Exhale, 2. It's very warm, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do 2 more. I think I may have miscounted. Would I do that? Now lift to the side. And 10. Exhale, 9. Breathe in. Breathe out. 8. 7. 6. And 5. Breathe out. 4. 3. 2. 1. 2 more. Exhale. Keep your body weight over the center of the mat. Last one. Hold it. Pulse. 10. 9. Small. Don't bounce. 6. Soft elbows. Keep breathing. 3. 2. 1. And gently sit back on your heels. Separate your knees. Lovely. Big deep breath in through the nose, ladies and gentlemen, and all the way out through an open mouth. Shoulders relaxed. Remember, if that's uncomfortable for you, bend your elbows and come forward. Or don't sit on your feet at all. Extend the arms out, head down, and that will give you a good stretch across the back of the hips without putting too much pressure on your knees. And slowly forward, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to lie down on our side. Now, for this movement, I want you to hold on your elbow if possible. Remember, anybody that's not comfortable in that position may lie down flat, okay? So, there's different ways to do this. But I want you to bend your leg that's furthest away from me, bringing the heel of your back foot towards the buttock on the same side, knee to the ceiling, hand here, so it'll give you a little bit of help with balance, elbow soft. Now the one thing you must not do is slump this rib down, bringing this shoulder up into your ear, okay? Not good posture, makes the shoulder joint uncomfortable. So a sense of a big band around here, tying you to the ceiling. Flex the foot that's pointing towards me. Exhale, lift. And down. Breathe out, lift. And lower. And 10. Down. 9. Down. Exhale, 8. So try not to roll back as you lift it. Small distance. Perfect. 6. Soften ease. 5. Now you'll notice as you start to focus here, you lose focus on here and here. Remember, breathe out. 2 to go. Lift. Last one. Hold this one. Mid-range. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more, and rest. Lovely. We're going to come down now. Now you can take your hand underneath your forehead if you wish. Shoulders relaxed and stacked. Elbow forward to me, okay? But not this. Okay, for me this is not good posture for the neck, so try not to do this. If needs be, arm extended, pillow or towel underneath, okay? Lovely. So, nice in breath. Head is back in line with the neck and spine. Hips are stacked. Now breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale. Now what you don't want is to lift that leg in that position where it makes you roll your hip back. Okay? So if you think about that, you can't lift that leg too high. Flex it. So pull the toes of your foot up towards that ankle. Breathe out, lift. Inhale down. Exhale. Make sure your foot's a little bit in front of your hip joint. 6 to go. Sense of a lift underneath your lower ribs. You don't want to slump. Now we're going to do 10 a little bit faster if you can. 10, smaller range. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes, small circles. 10, slightly on a diagonal line to me. 6, 5, don't rock the body forward. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Hold back the other way. 10, small circle. 9. Again, use your core. Focus. Sense of awareness here. 3, sense of a gap underneath the rib cage. 2, 1, and bend the leg. Lovely. Now gently pull the knee back. Extend the lower leg to me. Make sure that when you look at your knee, it's in a straight line with your hip. Back elbow soft. How to increase the stretch is to gently push the hip flexor forward to me and squeeze your buttock. But don't arch your back. Remember, ribs stay connected to the hip line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Again, don't pull your foot tighter to your bum. Squeeze your buttock. Tighten it. Contract this muscle and push this hip tiny little bit forward, and you'll feel that lengthening in that leg. Soft elbow. And gently relax. Push up. Now, I want you to take your underneath hand here. This hand goes out in front. Knees are bent. And I want you to exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. 10. 9. Exhale. 8. 7. 6. Breathe in, breathe out. 5. Exhale. Inhale. 4 to go. 3 to go. 2 to go. Last one. And remember, as you push up, you're not leaning this elbow into the floor, okay? This elbow is coming up off the floor. Slowly lift. And down the other side, ladies and gentlemen. Now, elbow below the shoulder. Hips are stacked. Nice extension. Now, nice big deep breath in. Remember, if you wish, you can come down here. Okay? Or hand underneath your head. Remember, your hand acts like a kind of shelf for your head, keeping your neck aligned with your spine. Not this. Okay? So, back leg. The heel of the back foot towards the bum, cheek on that back side. Back side, not back side. Flex the lower foot, forward to knee, soft knee, breathe out, lift. Inhale, and you're trying not to roll back when you lift that leg. Exhale up. Inhale down, breathe out. Sense of a lift underneath the lower rib cage. And those are the things that make your Pilates challenging. That's why this myth that Pilates is easy. It is easy, and you can make it as easy as you want, as you well know. But it is challenging if you want it to be. And what makes it challenging is when the body exercises, the brain starts to lose concentration and focus on what you're doing with your body. And that's how injuries occur at times. So exhale. Keep that sense of a lift. Don't lean down into your shoulder. Keep that gap between the lower earlobe and that top shoulder. 4 to go. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold here and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Small range. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And time. Well done. We extend on. Now, lower leg. Let's come down here. Exhale, lift up and down. And 10. And 9. Now, nice lengthened leg. Not locked at the knee. So you're not sort of hyper-extending through the back of the knee. 8. We don't want the leg away up here. Because think, even if you try that, do it nice and slowly. The higher up your leg goes, the more that top hip has to rotate back. Breathe out. 6. Exhale. 5. Try not to rest it down on the lower leg as you bring it back, if you can help it. 4. 3. 2. 1. 4 more. 4. 3, 2, 1. Pointed toes. Bring that leg a little bit further forward. I hear, ladies and gentlemen, that EasyJet and all your flights now are starting to, all the countries opening up so you can go on a holiday. Are you going? Oh, I couldn't think of worse. 4, 3, for me personally. 2, if you're going, enjoy. Exhale. 10, 9. Remember, try and keep the body stable. Sense of a lift underneath the rib cage. 6, 5. Breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently bend that knee, ladies and gentlemen. Give a little look down. Make sure that your knee is in line with your hip. Holding elbow of the arm that you've got your foot in is soft. Feeling the lengthening from the top of that hip all the way down towards the knee. Again, how you increase that is to push the hip flexor area forward, squeeze your buttock, and don't pull your foot closer to your bum. Puts pressure on your knees, and we need those knees to stay as good as they can for as long as possible. Breathing in through your nose. Exhale, the shoulder is down in the body, the elbow is soft, the ribs are still connected to the hip line on the front here. And let that go nice and gently. Lovely. We're going to bend those knees, extend the top leg down a little bit. We're going to come up, take your lower hand across and on top of your top shoulder. And this hand is close to that elbow. And we're going to exhale, push. and down, and 12. Now try not to rotate forward. Try and think of your top shoulders going to the ceiling for 8, 7, don't lock out your front elbows, 6, exhale 5, breathe in, exhale 4, breathe in, exhale 3, breathe in, and 2, and 1, 4 more, exhale, inhale, 3, 2, 1, and rest down. Good work. Gently push yourself up in a nice Pilates fashion, ladies and gentlemen, and cross that right arm. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Drop that shoulder away from your neck. And breathe. Gently relax that arm. Take it behind the back. With your left hand, grab your right wrist and don't go after the arm. Stay tall. And release. Cross. Remember to press between the elbow and the shoulder. Push in towards the chest. Pull your left shoulder back towards you. Head nice and tall, spine nice and long. Again, if your knees are a little bit tight, you can come up here or you can stand. Breathe in, release that arm, take it behind. Now bend the elbow, take it behind the lower back. Take your right hand and grab the wrist of your left hand and pull. Or you can rest the left wrist on the back of your right hip. So this acts as a little ledge point, and then you can pull that left wrist a little bit further away from your left shoulder. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. And gently releasing. Arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Again, push it back. Place your palm in between your shoulder blades. You can press your head back against your arm. What you don't want to do is set your hand on the top of your elbow joint, okay? Just for various reasons. You can place it here, but not on the bone itself. Inhale, exhale, and release. Left arm up. Bend and press gently. Try and keep the upper body tall. Try not to lean forward with that, otherwise you lose a little bit of that stretch and it sort of defeats the purpose. Ribs down, breathe in, breathe out. Nice in-breath. Remember at this point your breathing is slow and controlled. Out-breath longer than your in-breath. And gently relax. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the midline of the back. Separate the knees. Bend the elbows. Now push the hands to the wall behind you. Feeling that squeeze into the midline of the spine. You should feel the chest muscles opening. And breathing in, breathing out. And release. Exhale. Now just pull up on the tummy, pubic bone towards your waist, pressing. And remember, you can't stretch by just shoving your arm out like that. So you're thinking about opening the back of the shoulder blades forward to me. The back sort of bends a little bit into a C curve or shape. So a good thing is to focus on the front of your pubic bone, pull the tummy muscles up a little bit. And lengthening those arms to the ceiling. Shoulders relax, ribs down. Breathe in, breathe out. And relax those arms, hands forward, tuck the toes underneath the ankles, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful how you come up. Bum to the ceiling. Walk the hands back towards the gap. At the toe line, chin tucked in towards your chest, so hold your downward stretch. Again, focus on the lengthening up the back of the legs. Chin in, arms are loose and heavy, no forcing them to the floor. And just focus on those stretches that you feel up the calf muscles, maybe up into the hamstrings, up towards the top of your glutes, which basically means your calf muscles, your thighs and your bum. Nice breath in. Lift the tummy muscles back a little bit and breathe out as you slowly bring that spine back up, vertebrae by vertebrae, shoulders nice and relaxed. time, ladies and gentlemen. And give yourselves a big clap. Well done. Good work. Hope you enjoyed that. Look after yourselves out there in that big world. And see you soon. Bye-bye.